Hello guys, LaserBeast here. Now this one is for the Druids. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to get all of the new Druid forms coming in patch 10.2 Guardians of the Dream. There's quite a lot to get through, so let's jump straight in. First of all, with the Moonkin Forms, which are perhaps the easiest one. So as soon as the patch goes live, head to your barbershop, you'll find them all there. As simple as that. There's nothing apparently that we need to do that's complex to get these forms unlocked. So this is an easy win for Moonkins, just enjoy the free stuff. Although, with that said, there is one of the forms, one of the tints, that we do need to put some work in order to get it. Now this form comes off one of the bosses, Tindral Sageswift, in the new raid, Nae'dra. Now it doesn't actually confirm which difficulty, if any, this needs to be on, so hopefully this will drop from any difficulty. Maybe there'll be a slightly higher chance the higher difficulty you do of the raid, but we'll find out soon. So I will let you know in the description once we know for sure, and I'll leave a comment down below with any updates. So that's a lot of very happy Moonkins. Now on to the bear forms. Now first of all, we've got this lovely new rune bear form. This actually comes from the new world boss, and this guy will be visible on the map as all the world bosses are. We don't know if this is a guaranteed drop, but likely not. So if it is a farmable thing, don't worry, because you are likely to be killing this guy each week. It's an easy thing to do in the group, so you're going to be getting reputation and things towards your new faction too. So if you do have to farm this for a while, it's not a big loss really, but good luck on getting that one from him. As well as that, there are two new different types of bear form available, the Bristlebruin and the Umbraclaws. So let's start with the Bristlebruin. The green form comes from Morag the Slothful, which is a rare in the Emerald Dream. You can find that rare in this cave as shown here in the video, sleeping right at the back, and there's the coordinates where you can find that one as well. Some of the other forms do come from rares in the Emerald Dream, but they did all seem very easy to solo, so don't worry about taking these down. And the drop chance is not 100%. When I did a run of all of these rares for the other ones that come from rares, I got one of the appearances, so it should be a decent drop chance, but it's definitely not 100%. The next one is the ash colour of this model. So this is from the Pollen Fused Bristlebruin fur sample. Now this is incredibly easy. You just go to these coordinates on the map, 6339. You pick up the fur sample, and that is the item that you use to grant you the form. As simple as that. So now let's look at the Umbraclaws. Now the first one is the brown one. So this comes with the use of the silent mark of the Umbraclaw. Now these need some explaining, so let me talk you through how they work. So with the silent marks, there's a process for these which is the same for the three other forms that we Druids can now get using these silent marks. The first step of the process is to go to Thalashar Groveheart and buy the 4 items. The silent mark of the Dreamtalon, the Dreamsaber, the Umbraclaw, and the Gladeheart. So once you've bought those 4 items, they cost you 500 gold, so 2000 gold in total. Then you need to take the item and use it 10 times on the relevant creature within the Emerald Dream to basically learn its appearance. Once you've done that, the item will then transform into the item that you can use to grant you the form in the barbershop. So you need to scan 10 of the creature in total. You can scan the same creature twice, however, there is a 5-minute debuff that the creature gets once you've attuned with it, which won't let you attune with it again until that buff wears off. So you can either find different mobs or just wait for that to run out and scan the same mob again. For the Umbraclaws, I found that these ones work pretty well. Just above the Lush Stream Crags text on the map at coordinates 47-44, there were only 5 of the mobs around here, so I chose to kill them, hoping that they would respawn quicker than waiting out the 5-minute timer, but this didn't seem to be the case. You're probably better off just waiting. Don't forget there's a sneaky one in the cave just here as well. There's also plenty of Umbraclaws around the coordinates 38-70, but I couldn't test the item on these as I'd already used it on the other ones, but it is worth a try because there's a lot more mobs here, so the competition should be a little bit less. So next is the white version, the Loamy Umbraclaw. Now the white version of the Umbraclaws comes from the Emerald Bounty mini events around the zone, so I will explain what those are as well. So every now and then you will see a seed icon on the map or the mini-map. When you approach these seeds on the map, you can then plant a seed from your bags, which starts a 3-minute timer, and within that time you can contribute emerald dewdrops, which is a currency that you can get from within the zone, as well as the seeds. Then once the timer is up, you get a reward. So the skin can be a reward from those events basically. The main source of the seeds seems to be the Super Bloom event in the zone, and there are 3 tiers of seeds. You've got uncommon, rare and epic seeds, with epic having the highest chance at getting better rewards from the event, but you can only plant 1 epic seed per week. The other 2 you can do as many times as you like, and these events are always active around the zone, so this is very farmable. The black version of the Umbraclaws comes from Mosa Umbramain, which is another rare in the Emerald Dream at coordinates 54, 36. So again, good luck on getting this one. Nice and easy. Now let's take a look at the Feral Druid forms, the Dreamsabers. So the blue one is a kind of complex one, requires quite a bit of travelling, so let me talk you through how to do that one. Now big thanks to the Wowhead user Adam Panera Bread, as he was how I found out about how to do this, and his comment is on the screen here with the coordinate details in. So to get this one, we need the Moonblessed Claw item, which we can then use to grant us the form. So to get that, we have to do a few different steps. It requires you to go and collect some empty vials from the Emerald Dream, then go and fill them up from moon wells across the world, so this can be a little bit time consuming, but here's the fastest way that I found you can do it. First of all, go and get the vials, so go to the Emerald Dream to coordinates 5490, 2540 and loot the box and open that to get all the individual vials ready. Then use your Dreamwalk teleport, as a druid it comes in handy, then head to Moonglade. So first of all, fill file K right there as you enter the portal to Moonglade. Next you'll want to head back into the portal that you just came out of, into the Druid class Order Hall and out of the Dream Grove, just slightly down the road. Then this moonwell here is where you can fill up vial B. Once you've done that, use your Dreamwalk teleport again, because it should be off cooldown now, and then take the Duskwood portal. Head just to the left behind the big portal and fill up vial E in the moonwell you can see just there. Then the next best move is to use your Garrison Hearthstone and take a flight path to Ashran, or if you've got the tower upgrade in your garrison you can take the portal straight there. You could alternatively go to Orgrimmar or Stormwind portal room and take the Ashran portal from there instead if you don't have a garrison or don't have an upgraded garrison. Once you get to Ashran, go over to the Alliance side if you're not already there and fill up vial D here. From Ashran, you can then take the portal straight back to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, or alternatively use your Hearthstone, head to your portal room in your main city, and take the portal to the Wrath of the Lich King version of Dalaran in Crystal Song Forest. Make your way straight out of Dalaran and fly towards Dragonblight and head to the Star's Rest. This is where you can fill up vial N. With all that done, you've just got one more vial to fill, and that is done at Terakar Forest. So take the quickest way you have back to Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and then take the Shatrath portal from there and head into Terakar Forest at this location here. This is where you can fill vial O. With that last vial now filled, you can click on one of the vials to combine them all and receive the Coalesced Moonlight item. So the next step is to go back to the Emerald Dream and find the Feral Dreamstone at this location here. So the coordinates are 4123. It is a little bit up on this raised up bit here, and it's just a small stone on the floor, so you could miss it. I was expecting an actual statue, it isn't that. It's just this stone you can see here. So once you get there, right click on the Coalesced Moonlight within your bags, and then you'll receive the item that grants you the form. So thank you again Adam for the tips. You'll probably be pleased to know that none of the others require that level of travel, so let's move on to the purple version. So this actually drops from a rare in the Emerald Dream called Keen-Eyed Scion. He spawns around the Viridescent Thicket area and he seems to patrol around, so have a little look around for him. I found him at coordinates 4150. There is also a green version of the Dreamsabers, and this is got with the silent mark of the Dreamsaber, so one of the 4 items that you bought earlier, you'll need to attune this one with the Hunting Dreamsabers. Now quite a nice area to find these was the one shown here in the video. They didn't have 10 in the area, but there were plenty, so I just needed to wait once for the buff to wear off for a few of them, and go and rescan a few of them again to get this item. Okay, let's graduate up into the travel forms, and let's first talk about the flight forms. Now there's some lovely new Somnowls, some little owls that we can now turn into, and the first one of these is from the Quanzu questline. This is incredibly easy to get. When you make it to the main hub area of the Emerald Dream, you will get a quest to go and speak to Quanzu. Just follow that questline. It did not take very long, it took me around 10 minutes. It's super easy to do, there's no bosses or any tricky requirements. Once you've completed that, he will give you the item to grant you this form. It is Cenarius in the central encampment that will give you this quest, and the final quest in the chain is called the Answers You've Earned. Now the black and the red version of this mount comes from the Mark of the Slumbering Somnowl, so what you need to do for this is go around the Emerald Dream and cast Hibernate on various Somnowls that are scattered around the zone. Once they're hibernated, you can then click on them and that will grant you a soft Somnowl feather. Once you've got 5 of those soft Somnowl feathers, you then combine that with a silken thread from any sort of tailoring or general goods vendor, and then that'll give you the Somnowl feather strand. Now you've got that, you just need to combine that item with a Runed Wraithbark, a 3-star one, so it's got to be max quality, and that will then grant you the appearance. And then we've got the incredible one, the Feather of the Blazing Somnowl, a new Relos Flames Guidance. So what you need to do for this is, unfortunately, kill Farak on Mythic difficulty. So this is going to be out of bounds for a lot of players. There's going to be a lot of people buying boosts for this, of course, which there usually is. So once you get that, you do actually get it as a Dragonriding Mount, and if you're a Druid, you get it as a Druid Form. So really, really nice form. It's just a shame that it's locked behind a Mythic difficulty, but never mind. Next up, we've got the Swimming Form. So we've got the Dreaming Nae'dra. Now to get this one, you actually have to do some fishing in the Umbraclaw raid. I wasn't able to get footage for this, so I do apologise, as the raid was not open when I was doing my PTR testing. So hopefully I will please you with this array of sexy graphics. Now you need to head to the area of the raid called the Pit of Volcaros and fish in the lava pools there to collect 10 Awakening Sunfish. Once you've done that, then head to the waters of the Wellspring Atrium and fish up 10 Slumbering Moonfish. Now I'm going to assume that as a Druid we should be able to stealth through this. Hopefully none of the rooms are locked off by needing a boss kill, but if so, remember that LFR is out the first week of the patch when the season starts, so we shouldn't have to wait too long to be able to go and do this. Once you've got both sets of those fish, then throw them back into the waters of Umbraclaw and you'll get stacks of Sunfish Essence and Moonfish Essence. Once you've thrown all the fish back, you should then receive a different buff called Attuned Angler. With that buff, then go back to the beginning of the raid and fish in the biggest pool of water within the Wellspring Atrium. You should see a prismatic Whiskerfish pool. If you fish in that pool with the buff, then you'll get Xena, the whimsical Whiskerfish. Then take Xena back into the waters of Umbraclaw, toss her in, and that will grant you the item that gives you the form. So not actually that hard to get for such a cool, unique looking form. Let's round off this video with the other travel forms, the ground forms. So first of all, we've got the Dreamtalons, these raptor-tiger hybrid thingies. You can get one of these really easy, the kind of black/purple variant of it, from Ristar the Rabid, a rare in the Emerald Dream. Location shown there in the video, coordinates 4439. The blue and purple ones come from the Emerald Bounty, which is that seed event that I mentioned earlier. And the green and red version comes from Matriarch Kiva, another rare in Emerald Dream, location shown there on the map, but the coordinates are 4173. The whitey green version of this form comes from the Silent Mark of the Dreamtalon, so again, this is one of the 4 items that you bought from the vendor earlier on in the video. The best location to attune this seemed to be the area right next to the Matriarch Kiva spawn point. There's tons of these mobs all around, and the 2 colours of them work as well, so attune away. Once you've got your 10, you should have this done pretty quickly. Then finally we've got the Gladeheart, so there's 3 versions of these. So the green one comes from the Silent Mark of the Dreamstag, so again buy the item and then channel at 10 stags in the area shown on the screen here. And that's that one done. Again, another nice and easy one. Plenty of those mobs around the zone. The golden version of this mount comes from Inscription, so we will need to wait for inscribers or scribers or whatever you call them to find that recipe and make that for us. Then we should be able to either get it crafted through work orders or buy that on the auction house and just learn it straight away. And the final one is the Ashy version of this. Now this comes from the rare Talanthoi Ash Whisper. Now this is another rare in the Emerald Dream, but it's a little bit more tricky this one as it has 5 different potential spawn points, which are all shown here on the map. I'll put the coordinates for these things in the description as well as any useful links. Now I didn't actually see this rare at any point because it didn't show up on my testing journeys, so it might be that this is actually quite a rare mob as opposed to the typical rare in inverted commas mobs which are up all the time, or there might be some yet unknown way to spawn this guy, but again I'll update the description and a comment below when we find out more information on that. So guys, that is how to get all of the new Druid forms coming in the patch. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please do subscribe to the channel for more guides like this and leave a like on the video to help me out with the old algorithm game. It does massively help the channel and I will really appreciate that support from you. Thanks very much for watching guys. Any questions you've got, do feel free to leave them in the description. I do look at all the comments and respond to every single one, unless it's weird. So guys, thank you very much for your time. I've been LaserBeast and I will catch you next time. Have a great day. Cheers.